Nitin, please go ahead.
Yes, yeah. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. A very warm welcome to yet another session of Global Festival of Oneness 2023. Let me begin with a small prayer. Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Today we have a very special guest, Swami Rameshvarananda ji, who will be speaking on a very interesting topic about understanding reality. Before I open the floor to Swamiji, I want to give a very brief introduction. Swami Rameshwarananda Saraswati ji took sannyasa diksha from Swami Sakshatkritananda Saraswati ji, who is the chief acharya at Swami Dayananda Ashram in Rishikesh. Swamiji is a resident at Manjakkudi, which is the birthplace of Puja Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji, where Swamiji oversees a Vedanta study center called Gnana Pravaha, wherein all of Puja Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji's teachings have been archived and are available for free access for the students of Vedanta. Swamiji is also associated with Arsha Vidya Research and Publication Trust, founded by Puja Swamiji, which publishes Puja Swamiji's teachings. He arranges to produce transcripts, edits of Puja Shri's teachings, get them printed and published, and make them available for the students of Vedanta. They also have a very good center wherein retreats can be conducted for the students of Vedanta. Very warm welcome to you, Swamiji. We are very grateful to have you on the show today.
Welcome.
Please go ahead and start your session.
Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam Dayakaram Dayakaram Dantam Dharma Pravartakam Pranamami Dayanandam Madacharya Varam Param. Welcome you all, the audience, for this month-long festival of oneness to celebrate Swami Adi Shankaracharya's Jayanti, as part of the celebrations. Generally, Advaitam is referred to as one without a second, in the sense Advitiyam, Ekam Eva Advitiyam, one without a second. So, Vedanta, as expounded by Adi Shankaracharya, is Advaita. So, there is a sort of an aruchi in this, in the sense, there was a lot of Dvaita Vada, Vishishta Dvaita, and all those things are there. The different Vadas are there. This is also one of the Vadas, which is not so. Advaita is not a Vada, it's a Samvada. It includes all schools of thought that were existing before Shankara and during Shankara's time and all. And basically, he has not started a separate school or something. He only clarified and put in place that Vedanta in its true sense, Shastra, as is told in the Upanishads and Brahma Sutra and Gita, taking out all the, any Virodha, no Virodha with any of the, if you look at all the Upanishads as well as Gita, there is no Virodha with any, everyone, yam, that's what Bhagavan says. Whomsoever praise to me in whatever way, I bless them in their same way, in the same way. In the sense, so there is no viroda, but in terms of understanding, the truth can be there is obviously truth can be only one. There cannot be any compromise in terms of understanding truth. That is why it's called truth. So there, when we put across, it looks like that Advaitam is opposing Dvaitam. It is not so. That is why I like this theme called oneness. Oneness is very positive in the sense. Oneness includes everything. Oneness, unity in diversity. Oneness includes everything. So the theme of oneness is the right way to. Fortunately, even the English yields itself to the word oneness, means it includes everything. And reality, again, reality as we understand the word, there can be reality of anything can be only one. There cannot be, if it is more than one, then it is what you call, it cannot be called reality. So reality also is oneness. Reality also, the word reality also is reflecting oneness. And understanding is the third word used. Now, what in this topic, in this today's session, what I am saying. See, there is something called knowledge. There is something called information. All these are also tutored as jnanam. In the sense, jnanam, the Vedanta word jnanam can mean knowledge, information, and the third word is understanding. Understanding, why I've chosen the word understanding is, knowledge can always be with reference to an object. And generally, in our knowledge of an object can always be improved upon depending on more and more information about the object. And likewise, information also, it's only an accumulation of knowledge. It doesn't really, it doesn't add value unless it is discerned, unless it is analyzed. So I would prefer the word understanding with reference to reality and with reference to the reality of oneness, which is our topic today. So that is, this is a brief, introduction to what I say as reality understanding. Now, see the whole Shastra, since what I have been talking on the, as well as the prayer, as well as what I have been telling about Puja Swami, then Saraswati is, see this, the whole thing is not something new. Adi Shankara didn't start or the Guru-Parampara didn't start anything. The truth is always there. Along with the, Veda and Vedanta, Veda is a manual of human life that came along with ever since human life has been there. So nothing it's not a new creation, or the reality has to be like that only. If it has started sometime, then it will have an end sometime. For example, all our, whatever we have been dealing with in life, all our majority, in the sense, all our life, what we do is we deal with objects, and even the subject, what we call the human body, is also an object for all practical purposes. So every object has got a a limit, and since it starts somewhere, it ends somewhere. That is why you are able to distinguish one object from another object. So the very fact, an object, meaning it has a boundary, it is not limitless. In the same way, the subject, what I am the subject and you are the object, whereas for you I am the object. So if you are able to distinguish me and you are able to transact with me, it is because I've got a limited body, mind, senses. So you transact with my limited body, mind, and senses. I transact with your limited body, mind, and senses. Whereas the reality has to be limitless, because that is the sense. If you really, all our pursuits, if you look at, every one of us starts with the idea that as we grow from a child, we slowly pick up various various skills, various knowledge of objects and all that. And the more we know, more we come to know what we don't know, that we keep on growing that way. But the sense, if you look at, if I, there is a now in my own, what do you call, in my own where I stay, just behind in the balcony, if I look, there's a huge mango tree. If you look at that mango tree, it also, it is stiram, it is very stable, it has been there for 50, 60, 70 years. It produces every day, morning it has gives a fresh air, and the green leaves are there. Even when rain, sun, whatever it is, it keeps its freshness. The fruits are slowly ripening, they fall, and I find that they are very calm and quiet and very, what do you call, in all seasons, it seems to be very, what do you call, contributory, doesn't have any complaints, and it is good, it is very equal to equanimous to everyone and all that. So everything is there. If you look at the tree, all the good qualities the Shastra talks about, Manitvam, Madamitam, and all the Adveshta, Sarva Bhutanam, all those things are there, beautifully there in that tree. But in what way the tree is inferior or what do you call, different from me, for me to say that I am a more evolved being compared to that tree? In sense, that is general parlance, human being is supposed to be the most evolved one. So what is that makes the difference? Is, even though it has got all the good qualities and all that, it has got a programmed existence. It has got a programmed existence, meaning even though it is what do you call, then next to the mango tree there can be a neem tree, there can be a neem seed maybe growing, but a mango tree never gives out a neem seed, or a neem tree never gives out a mango seed. So it's all very well programmed, irrespective of the same soil, same water, but still the mango seed goes into a mango tree only, and the neem seed grows into a neem tree only. So this is the sort of program. In the sense, it can be what it is, it cannot be otherwise. It is programmed. It is the instinct, the basic instinct is programmed. It is not a it's not out of its own volition. It gives fruits, it ripes, it gives away everything useful, but it's all well programmed. So, as evolved being, we are told that in our genes, the learning of all the yonis means all the, what you call, different unicellular, multicellular structure of plant, animals, everything is, the learnings of all that is available in a human gene. That is where the, what you call, the limitlessness meaning the human being has got limitless consciousness, whereas all animals and plants, including devatas, they have their limited. Devata can only be a devata, cannot be an asura, and he eats devata as is depicted. Anyway, these things, see, it is what is depicted in the Shastra and the Vedas, which I am sharing, but it's only a model, because nobody has seen a devata and all that. But nevertheless, in case of the human being, we find that even though all the qualities of all the from the worm to the most exalted being is available, along with that, there is a freedom, that is the uninhibited consciousness. Every other being has got a inhibited consciousness, only that far and no further. A kidney cell can be only a kidney cell, it cannot be a brain cell. Between the brain cell and the kidney cell, the cellular structure may be the same, but a little tweaking makes brain cell remain as brain cell and the kidney cell remain as kidney cell. Whereas the human being, the humanness, the human consciousness, if you look at, it has got a limit, the uninhibited consciousness. In the sense, it has got all the learnings, but at the same time, it has got the freedom to choose not to be. In the sense, You can be a cruel animal, like you can display a cruel animal like behavior, or you can be a patient like a tree. You can be unaffected by anything that is happening. That sort of a choice, that is seems to be embedded in the human consciousness. That is why it is called the most evolved being. And if if that is the what you call reality of a human consciousness, then the question will be, but the most troubled species in the whole creation seem to be the human being, because everyone else, the trees and plants and all, they mind their business, they live their lives and they go away. They don't seem to have the extreme emotions, the yo-yo mentality, or this sad one time, happy another time, and all that. It's not that. Whereas the most troubled and the most yo-yo situation is with reference to only a human being. That is again because, as I was telling you, that the freedom, which is Swamiji Dayananda Saraswati used to say, freedom is the freedom to abuse that limitless consciousness. You can what you call, you can close your eyes to certain values, and you can what you call, you can be you can choose to be a dull person, not doing anything, not enterprising about that freedom to choose to what you want to be is the what you call, that is the ultimate of limitlessness. The ultimate of limitless consciousness is the freedom to not to be. That is it seems to be the what you call, it is the most that makes us limitless. At the same time, it can be a handicap, because it can be, that means if you misuse it, you will be less than human. That is precisely our problem. Of if you look at the humanity around, we find that 99% of the people, they have not lived up to this limitless consciousness which human being is meant to be as a highly evolved being and all that. Why we say so? Because if we are able to claim that limitlessness, automatically we should be what you call, the reality of oneness. It's a given, in the sense, in our being, everything is happy, and everyone around us, every plant, animal, everything should be in, we should be in harmony with all of them. That doesn't seem to happen. That is where the error is. So the error is the freedom to be the being has been abused or misused or disused. To say no, we start with our own body sense. Who are you? When you ask, we don't say you are human or you are limitless consciousness. We say I am so and so. From there we start. What is I am so and so? It's a name. Okay, I'm not asking you, when I ask you who are you, I'm not asking your name. Then what you say, okay, I am so and so, I am the son of so and so, I'm the father of so and so, like that. I'm the neighbor of so and so, I'm the employer so and so, I'm the employee so and so. These are all, again, doesn't really answer the question, who are you? Because these are all only relationship, and with reference to the name, with reference to what they perceive of you. Then who are you? Then okay, you will come back. You will come to say, no, I belong to this body, this so 5 foot 5 inches, and I start my body start from here and till my toes. I am. So there again, when we analyze this, what is this body? The nose of you and the nose of others are all the same set of noses of all human beings, and the bone of you and the bone of others are all a set of bones, a set of bone and flesh, and all elements put together. Whatever is elements that constitute your body is constitutes the elements of the other's body also. So there is the sense, and when you say that you are seeing the other's body, when you are seeing the anatomy on the table, as a surgeon and all that, you are even otherwise, you see that everything, your nose you see, your eyes you see, your body you see, everything you see. So you by common logic, anything you see has to be other than you. Like if you If you hold a pen in your hand, the pen is other than you. That is why you are able to see the pen. In the same way, what you see as object outside and what you see as your eyes, ears, and nose, and the limbs, and all that, they are other than you. That is why you say, this is my nose, this is my limb, this is my mouth, and all that. Everything we say. So that means you are again not, when you are answering the question, who are you? You say that you are your body, you are your mind, you are your senses, and all that. And going further, you will say, okay, I know, I am the knower of, I have done BSc, MSc chemistry, and all that. This is what I know, I will say. And whatever, what you call, what I like, what are my emotions, and we will go further and say, I am an emotional person, I am not an emotional person, all that. In the sense, you will tell what all you, even for the answer, who are you will say what all you have. See, what all you have is what is given to you. We are not asking about who are you in terms of what you have. Who are you? The answer has to be obviously that by which I am able to see what I have, right from the knowingness, the enjoying a taste, enjoying emotion, and going further, my body, mind, senses, and my qualifications, my name, everything. So this you can, this is so the identification itself, that is where the basic, the error which I talked about in the beginning, is the real reason where the limitless consciousness is surrendered to the limited identified person we are. So what the avidya, the human life is characterized by avidya. And what did avidya mean? Avidya meaning, there is two things. Avidya, generally vidya means knowledge, avidya means ignorance. Here, with reference in the context of what we are talking, it is not with can also mean what is. Vidya means what is, avidya means what is not. Here, what I am saying, our avidya is, we take ourselves to be what we are not. For the simple question, who are you? We tell everything else other than the being by which you are aware of your body, mind, and senses, and your emotions, your body constitution, your name, and your relationship with people around, and your position in the whole prapancha, where the trees, animals, and plants are there. You are there. So you got some roles to play depending on which where you are working, where you are, which family you are, and all that. Everything is the being is observed by the being which is you, which, and see, everything that is observed has got elements and elementals. The thing, they are called the thing. Okay, so the observing being cannot be a thing, because everything is observed by me. So what can observe a thing? Not a thing. Not a thing only can observe a thing. So the being which is not a thing is observing all the things, and they are all given to that being. So our answer to the question, who are you, should be a being, and awareful being. Awareful being means by which I am aware of all this. That's all. And this awareful being is not, the awareness is also not resting in your brain, because the brain also you are aware of. You know what you know, and you know what you don't know. So, and in sleep, your brain is totally dormant. All your limbs and everything, even emotion, everything is dormant. But you had a good sleep. Next day morning, when you are asked, did you sleep? Yeah, I had a very good sleep. The more all these are totally dormant, then you say the sleep is, the quality of the sleep is better. That means you are there. Even your prana meaning, generally people say, no, prana is there. When you are sleeping, prana is there. Prana means what? The respiration, everything, all prana, vyana, udana are all function. But when you are operating them, no. Even when a dead sleep person who is sleeping very well, you won't pinch him also, he won't respond. That is why, generally, the fellow is sleeping very well, they have to pour water and shake him to make him get up early morning. So, even your prana, the alpa prana, which is running your prana, vyana, udana, samana, even that is controlled by the Mahaprana in sleep. Mahaprana in the sense, the awareful being. The awareful being in its niyati controls the whole thing when you are in sleep. So the awareful being is there. And even in dream, which is very exemplary, Bhagavan has given us a beautiful analogy without looking outside for saying that the awareful being is even running our dream. You can say in the dream there is a person who brings out, actually all our memories are becoming dream, right? Memories, we act out our memories, all the mountains, all the people in the dream, animals, everything is purely from the memory, our prativijna, what they say, memories. So they come out as dream, and there is no thing there. In the dream also, there is no thing. Even though there can be mountain, there are persons, there are relationships, there are emotions, there is no thing there. Which is taking care of that. Again, the same awareful being, which is not the thing. So, what is constant in the dreamer, the sleeper, and the waking, as of now, what we are talking, even right now, the awareful being is the reality of you, me, and every human being. Why human being? Even the trees, animals, and all that. But unfortunately, even though animals and all are having that being, they cannot articulate it. They can never know because they are all programmed. Whereas in your case, human being, the limitless, uninhibited consciousness has that what do you call it? Because that is where the uniqueness of the human being is. You have got that faculty to surrender. That is your buddhi, your mind, and all can surrender to this understanding that you are the awareful being. Of course, this cannot be, in the sense, these are all like even sciences, like recently I heard that there is a Nobel Prize for 2022 on people from quantum mechanics. They have previously worked on that entangled particles and all that, and they found that there is no creation, really speaking. The world is unreal in the sense there is no real creation. That is not come into being. It is there, like which our own Shastra says, Sadeva Soumya Idamagre Asit Chandogya Upanishad. In this sense, it is how it is. It is not that it is somebody is sitting there and creating all this thing. It is there. It is the being's glory. It is the being, the awareful being, which I am talking about right now. The glory of that being alone is the being. Sat is the being. Chit is the knowingness or awareness. Sat Chit is the glory of this. That glory expounded only is called. This is how it is. In the sense, it is not created. This is how it is. Why and how it can be like this? Because that is Chit. So Chit meaning awarefulness. Awareful meaning, as of now, when I was talking to you, I said that I am aware of my name, body, mind, senses, and what are the things that are happening, whatever. In the sense, even as I say right now, as I see, when I say I see an object outside, what I see, my awareful being lights up the mind lights up the eyes focus on an object. The object, again, you don't see an object, you only see a light that comes from a bright object, comes into the retina, and whole niyati creates an image, and you say the image, and you give it a name, a particular object. Neither the object nor the light talks about an object or something like that. You give the name. That is why it is called Vacharambano Vikaro Namadeyam. Nama Matram. The whole world of objects which you are talking about as a word is nothing but a Nama Matram. Nama Matram meaning you give the name and you transact. You give the name and you transact and you call it your own world. Or everyone talks about their own world and put together this is a world. There is no world, there is only light, light of consciousness, which lights up my mind, which lights up the eyes, which lights up the object. Why it is called an object? Because it objects light. That is why it's called object. There is no real object. Object is a name given. Fortunately, in English language, they've given a correct name for that. This thing. Object. Object means what? Object means object's light. So it appears differently on your retina. So you are able to distinguish this particular object from another object. So that is the whole thing is a play of light. The whole what you call the niyati of light on objects gives you a sense of different kind of objects and all that. So likewise, this is only upalakshana. Likewise, if you look, the light, when I say the eyes light meaning again it is knowledge. Light of consciousness is only because of the language we say it is light. Actually, it is consciousness. The consciousness that flows through my mind, through the eyes and captures the light that is getting reflected and making an image in the retina. All things is a niyati. It's all the order. No, it's all there. On the order. None of us have only, even though science and medicine may look at it, they are able to look at it and give it a name and postulate and put it on paper. That is all. But nothing they have created. What is there already, there is the niyati as the order, they put it in paper and that they call it science. But it's all there. It's all there in the niyati. Likewise, eyes, likewise our fragrance, olfactory nerves, and likewise our ears, audio, sense of touch, all that are operating like even as I said, the light of consciousness operates through our senses to give us a differential fragrance, differential music, differential sense of touch, sense of taste, etc. So all this nothing but the conscious, awareful being. Like the Shastra gives the example of a light in a pod, within a pod, having 5 holes. Through that 5 rays of light come, but there is only one light. 5 rays come out. In the same way, 5 senses: eyes, ears, nose, sense of taste, sense of touch. All this come out with different kind of perceptions and concepts inside, perceptions outside, and give the feeling that there is a difference. The difference is there, it is beautiful, but if it is looked at as something divisive, then it creates problem for us, which we know what are. I don't have to explain what are the problems we have. Any music or anything, even taste, I like this taste, I don't like this taste, all this, the division, the same light of consciousness which comes through all the senses and help us see the glory of the being which is appearing as I said, Sadeva Soumya Dhamma, this whole the variety of what you call trees, plants, animals, and all that. These are all. This is how the awareful being, the conscious being, which is Swarup. See, just imagine that I am talking about the being, the bar, the awarefulness is without a what you call a receptacle called brain. Without a receptacle called brain, the knowingness is why that is limitless only. Obviously, it has to be limitless. If it is within a brain, it will be only that much intelligent or that much knowledgeable, because the brain cells have their own limitations. Whereas here we are talking about the awareful being, which is even diagnosing the brains and what is happening, etc., etc. And all the time it is happening right now. As I talk to you, your own awareful being is and is the same as my own awareful being, and both of us, I see what I say, how I am communicating, and you are listening, and you find out what the Swami is trying to communicate. All that you are seeing, what is happening in your own mind, what is how other people around you are responding. All that you are seeing, that the same awareful being in you and the same awareful being in me. Why in me and in you? Because it is there. It is there. That is why it's called Antaryami. In Shastra, Gita says Antaryami. Antaryami means powerful being. Supposedly it is there in each being. But it is not restricted by, it is like space. It is not restricted by body or mind or brain or all. It is there. It is there as the being. It is there as the niyati. Ontologically, you can say the reality of the highest order. Ontological meaning real and unreal. It talks about the order of reality. Here we are talking about the reality per se. The order of reality meaning reality getting reflected in various things. Okay, then only it comes order of reality. We are talking about reality per se, which gives rise to the orders of reality in the various fields. Okay, with reference to eyesight, various orders of reality are there. With reference to nose, fragrance, or olfactory nerves, or order of reality is there. Likewise, so there is everything is got, even psychologically, your own brains, emotions. Right side is emotion, left side is analytical. The emotions have their own what you call background, because the childhood memory is embedded. Because of that only a person responds and reacts. All that is happening in the right side of the brain. All those things, it's all part of the order. That order itself, what do you call? In the order is how the world is. The world in all its variety is exemplified by the orders of reality. But the reality per se is, as I said, it is not a thing. It is just being. So when it is being and it is not a thing, naturally it has no, it is obvious that it is limitless. And right now it is there. In you and in me, it is there. That is a beauty. As of now, if we can be alert to this reality understanding that I, the awareful being, is the limitless consciousness I am. That is the height of evolution. It is the Varaprasada from the cosmos, the cosmic reality, the human being is endowed with. And logically also, if you look at it, that you know the reality being what it is, it cannot have a blemish. It must have the be able to give the order of a small worm to the human being. It's the height of evolution where he is able to discern the reality of the whole thing. So the reality understanding is the reality of the being in all of us. Okay, what about object? Okay, reality of the being, I understand that human beings' reality is the exalted and limitless consciousness. What about the objects? Now, Swami and Saraswati used to give a beautiful example. See, take a shirt. He will say, the reality of a thing is that without thinking of which you can't even imagine an object or a thing. Just analyze, just think over this particular statement. The reality of a thing is that without which you cannot even imagine a thing. Now, let us take a shirt. The shirt, just all of us have got a lot of visualization, and we a lot of us, all of us have gone through a lot of science and spectrophotometry, and all. We can visualize a lot of things. We can visualize the stars and all that. Okay. Now, let us visualize a shirt without any material. Like, you should not think of a fabric. You cannot think of a metal or a plastic or even paper. Without thinking of any material, can you imagine a shirt? This is a challenge. Think over. I know we cannot. Since any object, anything, we have to think of something by which it is made of. Like shirt means fabric. So fabric is the real. So having, as per my definition, that by which, without which you cannot think of a thing, imagine a thing, is called the reality. Now the shirt's reality is fabric. Okay, fabric also is a name. So shirt is not the name of the, it's only a name. It is not the object. Okay, like even I said, you are so and so is only the name. You are not the, it is not, doesn't define you. So likewise, shirt is only the name arbitrarily given. All of us agree that this is called shirt. Fine. So shirt is only a name. What is the object? Fabric. If you go further, fabric also is a name. What is the object? Fibers. Fibers also a name. If you go further, what is the object? Yarn. Yarn, if you also a name. If you go further, it is cotton. Cotton also is a name. If you go further, molecule. Then atom, then proton, electron, then a concept. Then you have to go to the metaphysics of it. You can call it quantum, or you can call it a particle, or you call it a wave, whatever. Since you go further, the concept. So from the what you call perception of an object, you go to the concept. Again, the concept also, you cannot think of the concept without a being. So coming back to the same awareful being. From the awareful being only, we get into concepts, whatever you call it, science, materials, elements, elemental, whatever it is. And you keep on adding names at various stages. And that is why it's called Srishti, means what? Stitching together various names. And the who does the Srishti, it's all in the Niyati. It's all there. Nothing, nobody is sitting and doing. But we call it Srishti because we see what you call an orderly linkage between the names which we give, and it is repeatable, reproducible, empirical reality, you will say, because the same thing everyone uses and it's all useful in whatever way. There is a empirical reality is proved by what? Prayojanatvam and reproducibility, and it is there for a relative length of time, it remains like that. But if you really look at it, it is changing every moment. It is changing. Shanikam. It's all changing. But we don't see, okay, as far as our usefulness is concerned, it is available. A table is available for a length of time. Your computer is available for a length of time. So we call it stable. We say it's prayojanatvam. So prayojanatvam, empiricality, reproducibility, all that give a sense of what you call a thing to be there as something very, very tangible. But it is all nothing but names, and it's all stitched together through a niyati. And none of the niyati has been created by anyone. It is there from time immemorial. It is there even from more before the Vedas. Vedas only what you call put it on through mantras. They correlated this beauty of the what you call the wonder called the reality of the being in various names and forms and all that. They are and those they give their own names and forms, their own language, and they put it together. They call Veda. But again, it's all already there. There's a niyati is already there. Order of orders are already there. You only give a name so that you can communicate. Which even the trees and all are there. They don't call themselves the tree. They also, but they don't communicate. They cannot communicate, but they have been there immemorial. All the orders of reality are there. Some of the good qualities of the trees we don't even have. They have. So then that aspect they are superior to us. They got the titiksha. They have got that palavat. They give all the time more contributory and less consume. Little water you put, it keeps on giving fruits for ages. So they are more contributory compared to us. So in that way, they are a superior being, but we call it superior only because we articulate, we communicate, we are able to see the reality of the whole thing. If we see the reality in its own, a proper perspective, then we can claim that we are more evolved being. But if we fail in that, then they are definitely better off than us. And we say, now, today we have all this environmental problem, climate problem and whatnot, because we say the whole humanity has failed us. Why? Because we have not realized the limitless uninhibited consciousness. We have not owned up, we have not claimed that humaneness. If majority of the human population has claimed this humanness, automatically things would have been a much better world. That is what they say, Satya Yugam to Dwapara Yugam to Treta Yugam to Kali Yugam. There is a deterioration in the quality of the human being. Quality, how much of the limitless conscious, the reality he has owned up, to that extent only the quality of life will be. And not only your life, but also the other lives around that. Because you got the freedom to misuse, they don't have. They are just stay put irrespective of your misuse. They are all playing programmed. So whereas you got the, so to that extent you disuse and abuse and misuse, the world keeps changing. And the niyati, the being, there is only one niyati, because as I said, it is only the awareful being. There is no particle, there is no thing. The niyati, the reality of the whole thing is awareful being. So it knows how to self-adjust. Automatically, if you do wrong things, there will be wrong consequences. That is why that's what we call karma. The order of karma takes over. Again, order. The niyati, it's all your human made or anyone made. It's all automatic. Because there is only one being. Why it is automatic? Because there is only one awareful being, which is the reality of the reality, and in that everything happens. In the Sannidhanam of reality, everything happens. So automatically it has got its own self-adjusting mechanism. So Satya Yuga to Dwapara Yuga to Treta Yuga to Kali Yuga, back Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Satya Yuga, it will keep going. Pendulum keeps, in the sense, the human being's quality of human life will keep changing. It will deteriorate to the worst, and then it will slowly improve, go back to the west, and again deteriorate. Again, it is near. This is how Saveva Saumya Idamadve. This is how it is. Because Sat is why it has to be like this, because why it not? It is a glory. You cannot. You can see that the variety and the differences are all there. It's all part of the order. It's all well stitched, beautifully put together, nicely. The creative intelligence of the being, as I said, it doesn't reside in a single mind. So the limitless being, limitless Chaitanyam, limitless, all the time it is there. So naturally it has its own variety and differences and all that. You must, Brahma Sutra says, you must be able to look at with wonder this what you call Jagat and all that. You can the only valid emotion about life is wonder. Everything else, any complaint or I like this, I don't like this, is all not valid. The only valid thing is Ascharya. Because you see, right now, you see everything is taken care of. Everything, what you only postulate, what is already there. Whether you call it science and technology or business and all that, automatically, whatever you do, everything has got a consequence. Everything is orderly. It's called niyati. There is a niyanta. Okay, because of that, this awareful being, we don't stop that. We always, because we find that an awareful, intelligent being is a person. Because we don't want them to just live it like that. We always would like to give that. Here we give the name as Ishvara. Ishvara, if you really look at the etymology of it, it has got a Samagram Jnanam, Samagram Aishwaryam, Samagram Niryam, Samagram, everything. In the sense, Samagram means total. The niyati, order of entire order of order, psychological, physiological, clinical, everything, all order is already there. So everything, only our contribution is name and shape. We give it a name and we give our own meaning, and if that meaning we put it in an equation with a constant, and whatever that doesn't, we don't understand about that what is happening in the niyati, we put it as a constant, and somebody else comes and deciphers that constant to make it, some more variables are brought in, then the k changes, then another equation comes, then another PhD comes, it goes on. So the whole thing, like as I was telling you, the recently they have said there is no real creation as such. It is it's all coming to that. Previously, some time back, they said self-aware universe. Now they are saying that only the whole thing is unreal. There is no creation because everything is connected. And that's precisely what Shastra has said. Sadeva Saumya Dhammagrama Vasidmi. This is how it is. And it is what we have to, our own understanding of this reality has to be, is mentioned in the Shastra as Adhyaropa Apavadatyam Nishprapancham Prapanchate. So what you have mistakenly, as I have said, by avidya, whatever mistake we have done, adhyasa, aropitam, that you have to negate. That error has to be and negate. Avidya means it doesn't stop at just avidya. Avidya gives rise to likes and dislikes, karma, and then we work on it. You do karma. Karma means what? Like Puji Swami used to say, what karma you can do? You can do only that is what karma has got the trich pratyaya, karta. Trich means trishamam. Swami in Tamil we used to say trishamam means what? Can only mess up. Because the cooking, original cooking the plant has done. You just have to take it and eat it with little bit. Instead you mess it up. Then you call it cooking. And all the nutrients are gone. Then it becomes a problem in the diabetes and other things. Original cooking is done by the plant, by the niyati. You can only mess up. That is why karta. Karta means fellow who can mess up. There is no real kartrutvam, honestly speaking, because with reference to a human being, if he understands, there is no, he just has to abide whatever minimum thing, minimum simple living, high thinking, everything is provided by the niyati. Just with that is why in those days all the elements and elementals were worshipped, and people they were smart enough to worship them and take them as they are with little bit, a lot of reverence, as they looked at all the elements as Bhagavan and take them as prasada and lived a very calm, simple life. Minimum consumption and maximum make it available for us. Minimum consumption, maximum contribution. Like even the trees do, we can learn from the trees and we can also live like that. So that is intelligent living. Instead, we think that the whole world is for all the animals and plants are for our manipulation, and that stems from this avidya. Avidya meaning what is with, what is there is taken as otherwise, what is otherwise taken as the reality. So both ways we make the mistake. Vidya means tasmin atad buddhi, atasmin tad buddhi. That is avidya. And from there, kama, artha, and okay, we in order to live a sane life, there is an element of dharma. Fortunately, Bhagavan has given us dharma. Okay, live and let live. Do unto others as you would like others to do unto you. At least, okay, you are doing trisamam anyway, but do it within the limit. Let him also live. Let him do trisamam to you without affecting you. And you do trisamam without affecting him. That much live. At least live in harmony. Why you have to live in harmony? Because eventually human being has to know this reality, understanding has to dawn on him. Till the time he has to be moving around, and likewise all of the humans have to move around, and the trees and plants have to survive to keep you going. So for that there is a reality, there is an order again. There's an order of karma, dharma, and the dharma matrix is there, keeps you going. You live a sane life till the time you ask this fundamental question. What is the fundamental question? What is the reality? What is we all, and it doesn't leave, we think that no, it doesn't matter if I don't know. It doesn't happen, because it is, however well dharmic life, good family background life and all we live also, as we grow, then once you live a proper life, once you don't live a proper life, you are all the time running around, life goes on like that. But once you live a proper dharmic life, what happens? After some time, the sense of samadhanam itself will make you ask this question. What is it? Irrespective of whatever I do, there is some aruchi, something is left out. I need to know. So, because human being is slated to know this reality of the Purnatvam, or the awareful being. It's not a thing that is my reality. That has to be understood. That because that is what he is when he is in sleeping, and when he is in a blissful moment, and whenever he is sleeping every day, the sleep reminds you, why can't I have that blissful, peaceful, awareful being all the time? That so it will not. So even the waking, this question will always be raised over dharmic you are. So you will have to ask the question, and you will have to understand this reality. So that is where, that is what you call moksha, freedom, whatever you call it. And there again, you can Shastra, different people call it differently, and all that, language, culture, and all call it. But the fact is, this is that you are the awareful being, and that is the same. That reality, the awareful being is the reality for all the objects. I gave the example of shirt. So if you analyze each one of the objects, which is so-called objects, the reality of that thing is awareful being only. Everything else is only nama matram. Acharambanam vikaro namadevam. Nitika eva satyam. Like even the pot, if you look at the earthen whole family of earthenware, what is the reality? Earth. So that is what Shastra says. Ekena mritpindena sarvam mrinmayam. Vacharamanam vikaro namadegam nitika deva satyam. Like even Sadeva Satyam, Tat Satyam, Sa Atma, Tattvamasi, Shvetaketu. Tat, that is all objects. Tvam, you, Asi, same. What? Sat, that's awareful being, is the reality. And that is covered by your own adhyasa, because of avidya. Why avidya? Because, as I told you, that the freedom that is there in a human consciousness, you can, the freedom to make a mistake, to make the error. That's what somebody used to say. That is given to you. So that because of that error, the vidya has come. Vidya, kama, karma, and then you are all your all this baggage you keep on taking from one birth to another birth. Until the time you resolve this fundamentally, and as a human being, you have to resolve that you are the awareful being. That is the Purnatvam that you have to learn here and now. Till the time you will keep coming back with your baggage. And if you live a dharmic life, at least if other people will go about their lives, otherwise you will disturb them also. So Dharma is kept only to ensure that everyone is able to live the same life till the time they ask this question. So that is so. But the beauty is, as I said, it is so beautiful. Just you are the awareful being. What is there? What is there not to know this? Which is always used to say. Why can't we know this? How can people live? Human being, having been born as a human, how can they go without understanding this? There is one more Ashcharya. We used to have that. I used to say that is one more Ashcharya. So this is the reality understanding I wanted to share with you all during this session, and I hope you all think about. Of course, all Shastra, all the Upanishads, Gita, talk about these things. You can go through the Acharyas are there, whomsoever you are learning with. They will all be able to throw more light on this. So thanks the Forum of Oneness to help me share my understanding of reality with the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji, for a very insightful talk and a lot of food for thoughts that I'm sure audience will take home. We are almost out of time. I'll just take one or two quick questions, Swamiji. One of the question is, when you say the consciousness is causeless and can only be self-realized in itself, what is its purpose when it is agreed that universe is mithya?
Yeah, the purpose is what we say. We want to be a happy person, right? In sleep, why we enjoy? Everyone enjoys sleep. Before going, they make so much of preparation. However big, rich or poor, they make so much of preparation to go into a sleep situation. Why? Because you instinctively know that in sleep you are Ananda. So that Ananda is the purpose of knowing this. And sleep, what are you? As I said, awareful being. So in waking also, you must be able to understand that you are the awareful being. That is where Ananda lies. So that is the purpose of human life, Ananda. Because Ananda is a Purushartha. When you say awareful being, it doesn't look like anything great. But Ananda, when you say, you see, I get that Ananda, so I would like to know the awareful being. Precisely, Ananda is a Palam. Palavat Artha Bodhakatvam Shastra, when it says, your own being is the Palam. You don't have to really, you have to understand. That is why reality understanding is the Ananda. So,
another question, Swamiji, is that are dreams real or unreal purely in terms of reality? Is there any difference between dream and wakeful state? A connected question is whether the external world we perceive is objective or subjective.
see, that is what they say. The Ishvara Srishti is Srishti Eva Drishti. Jiva Srishti is Drishti Eva Srishti. Because you see there is a world, it is your Srishti. Because there is a world you see, that is the Ishvara Srishti. But both are drishti only. As I was telling you, both are internally concepts, externally objects, name and form. So Shastra says, with reference to both of them are name and form only, whether it is a dream or whether it is an awakening world. You are dealing with only names and forms. Your intelligence stops at names and forms, whereas everything else is taken over by the Niyati. So there is no real difference. Mandukya is making it very clear. Waking and dream are the same chitta spandanam. Chaityam and chittam. Your life is, whether it is waking or dream, chittam and chaityam. And both chittam depends on, there is nothing called mind, chittam, without thoughts. And there are nothing called thoughts without mind. So both are interdependent. Anyonya ashraya, that means mithya. One of the definitions of mithya is mutual dependency. So chittam and chaityam both are spandanam. This Mandukya Karika Kara clearly says spandanam is only a spin. Spin of your chittam is thoughts, and the whole life is. And if you look at it, prayojanata, as I was telling, the empiricality, reproducibility, and all that. As long as the dream goes on, there again everything is reproducible and all that. The snake is there, really get up. You are really sweating in dream also, because the snake is real. There is an empiricality there also. In waking also the similar thing. The empiricality, reproducibility, and predictability and all are there in both dream and this. So as far as the Shastra is concerned, dream is only an extension of the waking, or the waking is only an extension of the dream. Dream, with the help of dream, we can understand what is really driving is the awareful being, Jyotis Swarupam, which is lighting up the dream, is the same Jyotis Swarupam that is lighting up the waking also. So that you can clearly see, because there is no thing there. Even your body, mind, everything is no thing there. Only the Jyotis Swarupam. So dream is an eye-opener. If you really look at dream like that, then the waking also the same Jyotis Swarupam. The awareful being is running the whole show here also. If you understand that, so there is no what you call reality outside this. Only reality is, as I said, awareful being.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Swamiji, for this wonderful session and the discussion. We are very grateful to have you on the show today. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Viewers?
we'll have a prayer.
Yes, Swamiji.
Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you again, Swamiji.
Please
Viewers?
send the recording to me.
Yes, Swamiji,
Thank
definitely.
you.
Yeah.
Shall I leave?
Yes, Swamiji. Yeah. Viewers, tomorrow morning we have a talk by Professor V. Krishnamurthy. This is the second session on Saundarya Lahari. So last week we had the first session, and this week this is a weekend special sessions we are bringing to you. So please join us at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. With this, we conclude the session. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.